and welcome to my American Idol review and recap of last night's episode, April 3rd, 2013. So this week is rock music, aka no ballad week. I kind of like how there was no ballad. I think the song choices could have been a little bit better, but overall, good theme. So, first up, we had Burnell Taylor singing "You Give Love a Bad Name." Yikes, this was just like plain awkward. Like, you could tell Burnell was just so like not into this at all. I think, there's gonna be songs you don't want to sing, and I think you need to hide the fact that you don't really want to be singing the song. And he kind of was just like, he was up there and he was singing, he was just kind of like, "You give love a bad name." And he was just like, "I don't want to be singing this damn song." Like, I don't know. And then also, like, when he was moving around the stage, he was kind of just like, "Okay, they told me to move over here now. Okay, move over here." And one thing with me, because I studied theater in school, we learned about how you need to have motivation when you move. We did a whole assignment where we had to write down the blocking and then say what her motivation was for each movement, like saying she goes to stage left, and then I had to say what was my motivation for her going to stage left, and I would have to say the reason. And for example, say she went to stage left because she had to go grab a piece of paper, or she went to the right side of the stage to get away from so-and-so chasing her. So something like that, you know what I mean? And I feel like with him, and then also with a couple others, when they're moving and they have to move around, they can't just stand in one spot unless they're doing like a ballad. I want them to move around the stage, and they give them different camera angles and stuff. And you might not necessarily have motivation. They might have just said, "Okay, you're moving here, you're moving there," and they're like, "Okay." And then when they walk across the stage, they're just like, it doesn't look natural. You need to make it look natural. You need to be like, "Okay, I'm walking across the stage because I feel it." You just need to feel it, and you need to have motivation to move. And he didn't have the motivation to move. He was just kind of like, "Okay, I have to move here next. I have to move there next. Oh, okay, now I gotta move here now. Now I gotta move here." And he didn't really he didn't make it look natural at all. He made it look very fake, and that was one of the biggest problems with the performance. The vocal was okay. It wasn't his best vocal, but it was okay. It wasn't bad. Just the song didn't fit him. He didn't look motivated, and then that was just the problem with the whole performance. He could be in danger tonight. After that, we had Lazaro and Angie Miller singing "Crazy Little Thing Called Love." Lazaro forgets his words again. How have you never heard this song, Lazaro? Really? At least, when you're on American Idol, you're going to be in the top, whatever the hell, you're going to be on the live shows. Watch past Idol performances. That's what I would do, because, these songs, they get repeated all the time. Actually, some of these songs, I probably wouldn't even know because of Idol, I'm 20 years old. Some of these songs are not, in my generation at all. And the only place that I possibly have heard them is on the radio somewhere while I'm out doing whatever. But a lot of these songs that I might not have ever heard, I know because of American Idol, because they have so many amount of songs. They can't sing every single song in the world. They have so many amount of songs that they have cleared on the show. So what I would do, it's common sense. If I know I'm going to be on American Idol, I'm like, okay, I made it through the audition rounds. I know I'm going to be on those live shows. I need to prepare myself. What do? Watch old Idol episodes. It also helps you, to see what the judges are looking for. You watch a performance and the judges are telling them this and that, and you're like, okay, I see why they told them that. Okay, I can use that in my performance. I can use that critique for me, too. And I feel like that's smart. I feel like that's what these contestants need to do. And I feel like, Lazaro didn't do his homework. He didn't study at all. I don't know. I don't know if I'm making any sense at all, but what I'm saying is I feel like if you're on Idol, you should do your homework. You should, listen to a lot of music, watch old Idol episodes to see what kind of songs you're going to be singing. So, yeah, I think, especially if you're in the top 7, I think, not having enough time to memorize a song shouldn't be an excuse, because if you're in the top 7, you should be able to pick up songs like that, I mean, it takes people longer sometimes, but it really isn't that hard. Like, if you just listen to a song over and over and over and over and over again, eventually you remember the words. Like, why doesn't he just, I know he only has like a day, but just keep listening to it, whenever the hell you have free time. You're probably backstage doing, hair and makeup. Put in your iPod, just listen to it over and over and over again, and just memorize it. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's that hard. Is it that hard? I don't think it is. Like, I did musical theater in high school, and it didn't take me very long to memorize my songs. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me! Ah! Anyways, I'm just a little pissed off that Lazaro uses stupid excuses. Ah! Whatever. Moving on. After that, we had Kree Harrison singing Peace in My Heart. It wasn't Kree's best performance. It was okay. It wasn't like, whoa, amazing, but it wasn't like bad. I mean, I don't think Kree could ever be bad. I do agree with the judges were saying, though. She is ready. She knows who she is. Some of these contestants, they know they can sing, but they don't really know like where they belong in the industry. I think she knows what she wants to do. What she's done with the show, she knows what she's gonna do. She knows how she's gonna do this. She's just, she works in it. She was a demo singer. She's worked in this business. She knows how it goes, and she's like, the experienced, like mother on the show. And yeah, what I want from Kree is I want her to have a moment. She's had a bunch of, really good performances, but we haven't had like that moment. Candace has kind of had, a couple of those, with her I Have Nothing, she had that moment, Amber, she had, when she sang a moment like this, it was kind of like a moment thing. Angie, when she did Never Gone. I don't really feel like Kree has had that moment where you're like, oh yeah, the song's perfect for her. This song. I think maybe like in the semifinal rounds, she kind of did that, but like since like we've gotten to the finals, like she's just kind of like been doing her thing and, doing it well. But there hasn't been like, a pinpoint moment where I'm like, oh yeah, that's Kree. So, if I'm making any sense at all. But anyways, moving on. After that, we had Candice Glover and Bernell Taylor singing The Letter. This was so much better, Burnell. So much better. I think if he wanted to do like a rock song, he should have done a rock song that could easily translate to like an R&B type thing. Because this really did. The song, it's rock, but it translated well into him and Candace's genre of like R&B. I think the song, You Give Love a Bad Name, can't really be translated. You can't really switch genres, because there are some songs where you can like really like take it and then make it another genre. Some songs it just doesn't work. I think that would have been helpful for Bernell to maybe do that for her solo, pick a song that translated better. But they only have so many amount of songs, and he said that he only really knew that song, so man, whatever. But anyways, The Letter, yes, I really enjoyed this. Candace, sang circles around Bernell, but Bernell still held his own, and they looked like they had fun, so I guess that's great. And after that, we had Janelle Arthur singing You May Be Right. I was kind of scared because, the past 2 weeks she's done like a slower ballad type things, and she's done really well. And before, when she kind of did, up-tempo, when she did Gone, it wasn't like the best performance in the world. But, I was surprised, it was a lot better than Gone. She's improving each week, and I like that. I like contestants that grow. I don't like contestants who are like amazing right from the beginning and are always amazing. Like Candice, she was amazing from day one with her audition. Fantastic, and she's just been up here the whole time. And I like seeing the growth though. I like how Janelle kind of started down here and now she's like, slowly getting up. And she's awesome. I love her. She's cute and adorable, and I mean, she's lovable, and of course people are going to love her. And also, with that growth, people are going to love her even more. And I was going to say something else and I can't remember. Oh well, if I remember, I'll go back to it. But I was going to say something about her, but I don't remember. But yeah, I love seeing her growth. Good job. After that, we have Lazaro singing We Are the Champions. Oh, Lazaro, Lazaro, Lazaro. I will give him, though. You could tell he knew the song. But, I mean, who doesn't know this song? I mean, come on, really. It plays at, like, every single sporting event you go to. I don't know how much sporting events he's been to, but I mean, even if you don't go to a lot of sporting events, you still, have heard this song somewhere when you're out somewhere doing some kind of sports thing. I mean, everyone does some kind of sports thing. Even if you don't play sports, you will at least have been to a game, I've been to, like, baseball games, football games, You always hear this song, You know what I mean? But isn't it in, like, one of those sports movies or something? Isn't it like Mighty Ducks or something like that? I don't know. But everyone knows the song, so of course he picks a song that everyone knows. But yeah, you could tell that he was very confident, which I liked. He wasn't like a scared little puppy up there, which sometimes he gets like that. Vocally, it was okay. It wasn't his worst vocal performance. It wasn't his best. It was just meh, It wasn't like I was like, plugging my ears like, oh, this is horrible. But it wasn't like I was like jumping up and down like, yes, Lazaro, yes. It was just, meh. I mean, there isn't really anything to say that other than it was just that. It was just him. I don't know. It wasn't anything. It was just meh. So anyways, moving on. We had a trio with Janelle Arthur, Kree Harrison, and Amber Holcomb singing It's Still Rock and Roll to Me. It was okay. It wasn't like amazing. Again, like it wasn't like jumping up and down. The harmonies were kind of weird. They sounded better singing solo. I guess is that what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it was okay. It wasn't like the best performance in the world. It wasn't like bad. It was just okay. So, since it's a trio, I'll let it fly and I'm okay with it. And after that, we had Candice Glover singing I Can't Get No Satisfaction. So supposedly she broke her toe, so she didn't really move around the stage too much, but I don't think she really needed to move around the stage too much. The song doesn't really call for her to like go like crazy and wild. She could have just stood right there and sing her heart out. Candice, she's never bad. She's always, it might not have been the best song choice, but she's never bad. I think she could sing the worst song in the world and still, make it great. So, thumbs up, Candice. And after that, we had Amber Holcomb singing What About Love. Vocally, very great, but I had a couple of problems. Same thing like I said with Burnell. She didn't look motivated to move. Like, when she moved, she was just kind of like, okay, they told me to move over here now. They told me to move over here. She needed a little bit more motivation. I feel like maybe, when she walked across the stage, she kind of like just slowly walked in and didn't really like look like anything. I think maybe to improve that, maybe she could have like maybe strutted. Gave it some movement, gave it some flavor instead of just, plain walking. Make it a little, make your walk a little bit different, more energetic kind of thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. But, also, the lighting for this performance was horrible. There's this one point where they had her on her face and the light was like going in and out and it was like this yellowish like color and it kind of like made her look yellow, like orange, and I was like, why are they using those lights? She looks like she's glowing with yellow. Like, that was just weird. Then also the camera angles were weird. They had a camera kind of like here. They had like a camera kind of like this, and it was kind of like, I don't know, it was weird. I guess those things weren't her fault, but I think that like the whole production for this performance was bad. And normally, they do a good job with production. Idol, X Factor, all those shows are production do great. But for some reason, this production was just not planned out well, I guess. And I guess what I'm trying to say. So yeah, she did a good job. I just feel like she needs a little bit more motivation for movement. But yeah, overall, she was great. So good job. And then lastly, we had Angie Miller singing Bring Me to Life. This was probably one of the best performances of the night. But there still were a few little things that I would like Angie to improve on. Overall, vocally, it was good. But I feel like sometimes her emotions come off as fake. I feel like when she was up there singing, there was like a couple of times where she was kind of like smiling. And, she's probably happy to be up there. And, she's happy that she's on American Idol. She's just in general a happy person. But for this song, I don't think it was really necessary for her to like be like smiling. Like, this is kind of more like a serious kind of song, and I don't think she needs to be like, over dramatic, like being all like in her face. But like her face just seemed very uplifting. And with this song, she shouldn't be so uplifting. She should, be a little bit more serious. When you do a song that's about happy things, yeah, you want your face to be uplifting. But when you do a song that's about sad things, you want your face to look, not necessarily sad, but more serious. So I guess that's really what I'm trying to say. I really want Angie to really interpret the songs better, because I think she's kind of, her interpretation of some songs haven't been the best. But I love the song choice. I thought it was good for her. She started off on the piano. I do want her, who was it? Nikki said that she wants her to just do a performance just fully on piano. I do. She shouldn't just do piano every single week. I mean, that would get, boring. I like how she switched it up, but I think it is about time for her to just, get back at the piano, because people love her just sitting on the piano. And, yeah, I'm going on and 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 on. And I just had a lot to say, so I guess I'm going to end it here. Tomorrow, who do you think's going to go home? I think it's Lazaro's time. Even though he had an okay performance, and I bet his Lazies just loved it. But, I think the general public are done with him. I'm done with him. I'm ready for him to go. But I do think Burnell could go home just because his solo performance was bad. Just not good. His duet with Candice could maybe save him. But, it is top 7. And I think we could get a surprise elimination from one of the girls, which in that case, the save will be used. So, looking forward to see what will happen. Thank you all for watching. See you all later. Bye-bye.